much. I want to welcome back Lisa Kelly, but I should also say one thing I remember was that Lisa has had 2 poems this year published in the New European, which is a pro-Remain paper. It's very good. And I've had one actually, and the thing to know about that is they do pay for publication. So if you want to send in poems to the New European, which is the poetry section is edited by Brioni Bax, who is the daughter of the man who launched Ambit. So she's got a bit of, history in poetry. So just a tip there, but also well done to Lisa. So Lisa Kelly.
Thank you, Patrick. So following on from your poem about America, Trump, the dreaded word, but this sort of what he's responsible for doesn't mention his name. And I have seen the river aflame, stalking the air like a tiger, and I have seen it flash orange and black, and I have known the riverbed crack, and I have known black-side dace die in Kentucky, and I have heard our leaders speak in bubbles of methane, and I have heard that people forsake their claim to land for the promise of baubles, and I have feared of troubles, water that runs black, oranges that grow in lungs, oranges that grow black, troubles that run in water. And I have feared of lungs, their claim to people for the promise of land. And I have heard that leaders forsake in baubles of methane, and I have heard our bubbles speak, and I have known black-side dace die in the riverbed, and I have known Kentucky crack, and I have seen it flash orange and black, stalking the air like a tiger, and I've seen the river aflame. So that came, I watched a video of fracking, and you could literally see the gas coming up, and the river was aflame, and all these, dead, very rare fish. So, my next poem is we write a lot about action and what we should be doing, and this is really about my inaction and what I didn't do. Wavering. Winding back from the last tube, I see a girl on the curb in open-toed heels, poured into an off-white dress in this cold, leaning into an open window, drunk, pouring her heart out. And as I pass, I hear the policeman from the squat comfort of his seat shout, "Carry on like that, you'll be in the back of my van." So I stop, turn and think whether I should go up to her, calm her down, ask him to lay off, but instead I stand there tipsy from the half bottle of wine, a bystander. And in that pause, the girl is joined by another girl who screams at the policeman. Suddenly, police cars are pulling up, sirens screaming, police spill out, dressed in thick uniforms, not stumbling, just purposefully herding girls into the back of the van, which speeds off. The police get back into their cars, slam doors, rev up, drive off, and there is nothing more to do except go home, wonder what might have happened if I'd protested soberly, directly. So one of the sections in my book is called orientation, which is a map term, but also for me, because I'm deaf in my left ear from mumps as a child, so I've got single-sided deafness, which means that anybody standing flush on or over here to my left, it's difficult to hear what they are saying. So it has its own peculiarities in terms of deafness. But also as I grow older, I find that as well as my hearing loss, I've got memory loss. So there is a joke embedded in here. Where's our joker? Yes, so you'll work out what the joke is, hopefully, by the end. Hearing loss. Half heard, now half remembered. What was it I thought you said, as I beg my brain for the word I know begins with but? The sense of something on the tip of my tongue which lurks behind bottom teeth as lips purse but goldfishing empty speech bubbles. The Christmas cracker joke you told. What did the fish say when he swam into a wall? Has an inbuilt sinker, if not the right line, hooking codswallop, all manner of red herrings, as I banged my head against a brick wall and hit upon it was not but duh. Damn. So a few years ago I was unlucky enough to be on a bike and a car didn't see me. I was on a roundabout. In fact, I remember quite clearly it slowed down. I was halfway across and then just suddenly started speeding up. And I knew I was going to be hit, and I was. And this poem deals with that. Clavicle snaps. 1. It's interesting to try and work out what I was thinking, and the closest I get is, how will this end? I'd like to think I thought profoundly as I momentarily flew, but there was no Icarus moment, no aspiration to ascend. 2. I can't lift my arm to take off my jumper. The paramedic finds scissors. You don't mind if I cut it off? She divests me of sodden gloves, pulls down my wet cycling pants, and helps me step into a dry spare pair I had in my carrier. I think I've fallen in love. 3. Why do people say, "You're lucky, it could have been a lot worse"? Why do I reply, I was lucky, I was wearing a helmet. There's a bruise like an adult dandelion above my left brow, 2 dents on the shell. Yes, I was lucky, I was wearing a helmet. 4. In the back of the ambulance, a policeman asks the paramedic over my head, "Are her injuries life-changing?" She answers, "No," but I imagine how someone would feel about an overheard affirmative, a blow without warning. 5. The collision incident information form comes through the post asking me to tick options most appropriate for the offender. 1. Charged before a court. 2. Offered a driver improvement course. 3. Warned as to driving conduct. 4. Take no further action. 5. Leave form on sofa. 6. I remember David Cronenberg's film Crash and suggest we try out positions despite my sling, or rather because of it. I say it's about trust. 10 minutes in and he touches my shoulder, which is tender. Trust, like pain, is overrated. My right of way, the car's thrust. 7. Cracks in the family dynamic appear. Somehow the pieces must fit back together, look better than good as new. The centre cannot hold anything beyond a cup of tea. But we are learning the art of kintsugi, the Japanese tradition of repairing broken pots with gold. 8. I want an artist to paint the leaf on my shoulder growing towards my left breast. Like Daphne, I am turning tree, hunted down not by Apollo, but a Renault. At the climax, a wooden limb, brushstrokes reveal a green mortality. I'll finish with this one, which is a bit grim, but you know all the buildings where you think they're big enough, tall enough, take up enough space, and suddenly there's a planning application to go down. So that's about that. Basement excavation. 1. I had a vision, and it was inward, downward if you like, deeper than my thoughts, and it stretched from my tax avoidance to Derinkuyu, and it told me, dig, dig, dig. I am no Diogenes sleeping in a ceramic jar, but the earth, oh the dirt, dirt of sweet evacuation. In my bowels I yearn for emptying out the centre of the earth in worm castings to create space for a vaulted vacuum. Have you seen my wish list? My architect of gloom, stalactites of diamonds hanging over gold tiles, mammon and mammon laid, stalagmites of Ferraris revving up columns of static speed. I will not stop, cannot be blocked, bathrooms, ballroom, gun rooms, shit, shimmy, shoot. May I invite you to a pre-screening of Pandemonium? All the Devil's Star. Play Persephone. Come, shuck oysters, fork snails, down ortolans in vats of armagnac and crunch on bones, spit out feet, no napkin to cover eyes. Here there is no shame. Here we come to purge. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you very much, Lisa. And I'm just going to go through the names of all the open mic poets who read today, so I want you to give them a huge round of applause, especially as you are then. So we've had Christopher Williams, Steve Earls, David Floyd, Max Fishel, P.R. Murray, Rosemary Norman, Lee Yan, John Hurley, Aidan Nutbrown, Anne Vaughan Williams and Steve White. And we've had the wonderful Patrick Cunane, who keeps trying to flog you with his book. And I'm really delighted that we've had Lisa Kelly back here because she's been a regular Dodo over the years, and it's fantastic she's got a book out with Carcanet. So please. And we'll be back on the 26th of September. We're still here now, so if you want to chat to anybody. So thank you for coming, and thank you for getting away from the beaches and the pub gardens to be here in this lovely pub room.